day 9.
Buenos dias. It's the beginning of day 9. We're walking between Najera and Santo Domingo, which I think means Saint Sunday. That's a pretty cool name. I wish my name was Sunday. I wish every day was a Sunday. So beautiful place we're walking through. You can see probably some of the background there. Walking through the vineyards, the wonderful Tempranillo grapes sitting here ready to become Rioja wine, which is one of my favourite Spanish wines. Really nice stuff. Yesterday afternoon we were all a bit tired. It was our second straight day of approximately 30 kilometres, and the body was really feeling it. Feet were pretty sore and had a few little muscle twangs, but this morning feeling fine again. It's cool the way your body just resets overnight with a good sleep. I had a much better sleep last night as well. It's in a much nicer albergue. It was a private, small place, and much nicer. I had a chat with a woman in my room last night who's walking the Camino kind of as a dedication to her mum, who recently passed away 3 months ago. And the story was quite tragic. So her mum had a bit of a heart condition, but was in pretty good nick and healthy. But then with the very severe Spanish quarantine, obviously she wasn't really able to exercise much. Then the quarantine finally finished. She went for a walk that day. She hadn't gone for a walk in a very long time. The next day she had a thrombosis. To be honest, I don't really know what that is, but she had, in effect, a heart attack in the end, I believe, caused by the lack of activity, being locked up in a flat. So, and then her body not being used to walking, and the shock being too much for her body. So in effect she was killed by the quarantine. It's crazy. On the flip side, I guess she would have been a reasonably high risk lady. Like, she was 74. So she certainly wouldn't have wanted to get coronavirus, but at the same time she needed regular exercise in order to for her body to keep functioning properly. She didn't get that for like 2-3 months. Then the day after she started exercising again, she keeled over. Really sad for this woman's family, and also for her mum's husband, her dad, obviously. He's going it alone now, so that'll be a really tough adjustment. But it was a beautiful sentiment that she's walking the Camino for her mum. Pretty amazing, all the different people you meet on the Camino. we met a guy yesterday, a fairly young Italian man in his probably mid to late 20s. He was walking barefoot and he'd been walking since actually 30 kilometers before Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. So 30 kilometers more than me. So all up he's done close to 200 kilometers by now. And he wants to walk all the way without shoes. As you can imagine, walking along here, even for the toughest surfer dude who hardly ever wears pluggers, or flip-flops as they say over here, would be pretty tough going, would be brutal. To give you more of an idea of the suffering he's going through, he walked the first few days with a backpack of 20 kilograms and somehow messed up the tendons in his feet. Had to go to hospital. They had to inject him with cortisone, and now he can't bend his toes downwards, he can only bend them upwards. But on the plus side, he sends his backpack every day by courier, and he walks with the ski poles, the hiking poles. While impressive, I wouldn't necessarily say that that's the best way to take care of your feet for old age. I had a cool chat with a lady from Lithuania this morning. We were talking about different religions and things, and she said she kind of prefers the Buddhist mentality or approach of that if things are right within you, then things will be right kind of externally. So if you're happy, other people around you will be happy, and she also thought that like the 10 Commandments in Christianity for her weren't super helpful. She thought like while those are bad things and ideally we wouldn't be doing them, she felt that the Buddhism approach, she wasn't a Buddhist or anything, but she thought that Buddhism would kind of view it in a different light. For example, why does the person want to do the bad things? Because they're not happy. That was pretty interesting. It's gotten me thinking, like, on the topic of good and bad. I've been listening to a book that talks about the effect that thoughts have on our emotions, even to the point of depression, and then also this chat sort of got me thinking about good and bad, because there's a lot of things you can, maybe something you look at as bad you can also view in a positive light. For example, maybe you want to kill somebody, but if you look at that through a different lens, maybe you can be grateful that you have a strong bias for fairness, or you don't like repression, and that's the genuine reason that you want to do something terrible. Likewise with lots of different things that we view as good and bad, that you could say that they're a part of being human, and while if we act on those impulses, ultimately it might not be to our benefit, we can still be grateful for the kind of energy within us that that sort of gives us the kind of the motive or the drive to do things, good and bad. The blister is slowly getting better.